It makes the love
more passionate.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. For me, what I learned is when you got a real friendship with a woman, that if you decide to get in a relationship with her, and when that relationship goes rocky or sideways, the friendship is it's like when you build a house, right? You gotta lay the foundation. The friendship is the foundation to pull from those days that the love ain't there, right? So y'all can find something to laugh about, kick it about, or be silly about because y'all had a foundation. So you can't get married on the principles of love because love is a fleeting emotion. I don't like you all the time. It's just what this is, right?
Right about that.
You know what I'm saying?
With no reality, ain't no truth.
Right. But when I have a friendship with you, we have a core base of an understanding. There was something that pulled us together that was bigger than just us saying, "Oh, I love you," right? Also, that marriage takes work. Marriage is a full-time job. You don't get no days off. And you have to understand that you got to be willing to put the work in. But not only put the work in, be willing to fight for it. Yeah. And if you ain't willing to fight for it, then don't get into it. And that's my takeaways.
Nah, you ain't going to get on no autopilot, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's funny you say that, man, because like this morning, my wife is off from work, right? So, our landscaper didn't show up. Abraham, yo, I'm highly disappointed in you, bro. But yo, I'm gonna put you on blast right now. So I call a backup dude. So backup dude's like, yo, I could come today, but I'm gonna come in the next 2 hours. So I'm gonna say, okay, bet. So he was like, yo, text me your address. So I said, okay. He was like, text me your address when you want to come. So I called my wife first. I was like, yo, you gonna be home in the next 2 hours. Now, mind you, it's my wife's day off, right? So she trying to relax. And first of all, I had to respect that, which I ain't really respect that too much. Looking back. I mean, I did, but I did. But, so I called her. She was like, yeah, I'm chilling. I was like, yo, because the landscaper dude is gonna come. And then I was like, she was like, all right, but when's he gonna come on? Like in the next 2 hours. So she was like, she was hesitant, but she agreed. So I hit the dude back, yo, give the dude my address and whatnot. And then she texted me. She was like, yo, how you gonna make plans without even like checking with me? Like, I'm kind of annoyed. It's my day off. Like, you ain't really showing me no respect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I had to really, and then she put it, she was checking me, but it was funny.
Right.
And then eventually we started laughing. And I was like, yo, I'm out of pocket.
Yeah.
Right? What I did was totally out of pocket. She was like, because I tried to flip it on her like, yo, you know, I asked you to do shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You asked me to do shit. I don't be saying all of that shit. Right. Now you know I get on my shit.
Right.
You know how I do shit. I get that feeling shit. Like, what did you talk about? Like, you know you said that. I really go into defensive mode. I don't even understand shit. You know what I'm saying? So I had to check myself like, yo, I'm like totally out of pocket right now. But she made it in a way like she put it and it made me start laughing and I was like, yo, you right. She was like, yo, you should just be apologizing. Why you defending it? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, you know, the pride in us makes us be defensive instead of just saying, yo, I'm sorry. Like, yo, that is out of pocket. Yeah. Like, yo, you off. I shouldn't be putting this shit on you right now when you chilling. Cause I know I wouldn't be. Right. I'd be like, man, I'm kicking back right now. You know what I'm saying? Why is you calling me with this shit? Right. So, and I had to get her to go get some money. That was the other point. I didn't tell that. Because my man ain't take a check. So then I was like, yo, you got cash? She was like, nah. She's like, now I got to get up out the house too? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then I had to realize, yo, nigga, you out of pocket. So, I'm saying that like, I say that to say, man, in all sincerity, I know it's kind of funny, like looking back, but yo, marriage takes work, man, and you gotta really look at yourself and some of the things that you do with your wife will make you look at yourself more honestly. Right. Like, stop being defensive. Brother, suck up your pride. Just say you sorry. You know what I'm saying? With anybody. I don't even just mean with your wife. I mean in our relationships, period. Right. When you fuck up,
take responsibility.
Nigga, just say you fucked up.
Right. Yeah.
Don't fucking come with 10 fucking excuses about what happened. Just say, yo, I fucked up.
My bad.
Yeah. No one's infallible. We all make mistakes.
Facts.
You are not above not being wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Unless you are walking on water.
Yeah.
You know
Hope, but rewind. Let's say this, ladies. That means the same thing. That works both ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We all are human. Yeah. We all make mistakes. Sometimes we don't articulate the best way we can. You know what I mean? So just how we can sit back and say, "My bad, baby," that works in return.
Nah, that's
it works
true.
both ways. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It takes two, like the old folks
It
say.
takes two people. And you know, whatever you have, like an issue with your wife, your significant other, or your friend. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people ain't speaking right now because everybody holding their pride up. And nobody really wants to say, yo, I fucked up. And it's as simple as just saying that. We can move on. But we going to move on from that.
Because teamwork makes the dream work.
There it is.
Definitely.
Last thing I want to talk is probably the most significant piece of the book, because I just walked, I gave people the cliff notes, but we gonna wrap up with this. You kind of close out, and it was fun. It was interesting because you never mentioned it throughout the book until the end about your relationship with your son, and how you've had this really estranged relationship with your 15-year-old son. And you know what's interesting, man? It's like a lot of the things you were writing reminded me of my relationship with my father. Like, I had a strange relationship with my father around the same age, and I used to see my father on the street, and I used to try to avoid him. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to have, like, if I seen him on one side of the street, I'd go to the other side of the street. He probably saw me, you know what I'm saying? But I always did my best to, like, yo, I hope he ain't see me. So when I'm reading this, like, a couple things you were writing, man, like, really struck me, because I'm like, yo, that happened in my life. So when I'm reading it about your relationship with your son, and that, you have a 15-year-old son, and, y'all relationship is a little rocky, I thought that, I appreciated the honesty of it. But also, I also respected how you were like, yo, the family court totally turned, which they have with a lot of black fathers, have totally fucked up the relationships with black fathers and their sons.
On so many levels. I think if you ask me, you say, yo, Rich, what's one of the things that you that's like your Achilles heel, that kryptonite to you, is that the fact that I don't have the relationship I want with my son. My son is my world. And I put that in there because I always feel like you never know when your time is. You never know when God might say click, right? And so I wanted to have something tangible that he's not getting anything about me from somebody else. He can pick up a book and get my words, how I felt, how I feel. And it wasn't to take shots at his mom or demean her or none of that, and that's why I didn't. It was to say, hey, here's my responsibility in this situation. Here's my fault in this situation. And I want it to be better, and I would love for it to be better. But there's these struggles, right, that your mom has with me and so forth and so on. And I've done everything to try to fight that and change that. But that's the one thing in the world that I would give to have, is to have my son be more part of my life and be in my life, and to be able to be with me 24/7 and rock with me, because I feel like it's one thing and that's why I get frustrated when I hear about these dudes that have full total access to their kids and they don't do it. Like, why the fuck would you not want to be in your child's life, especially if your father wasn't in yours, right?
Right.
And so for me, it's like, and anytime I would have my son, I always would kiss him on him, hug on him, and tell him I love him, right? And my dad never really did that with me, but my dad came from a different generation. I think his way of telling me he loved me was making sure he had me with him and taking me with him every now and then. So for me, I was like, I can't do that. I want to be a present father, and just situations and circumstances hindered that on every level. But that's a really touchy subject for me. I've had people tell me, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. And I'm like, whoa. If you haven't walked a mile in my shoes, don't tell me how to walk in them, right? Because you haven't gone through what I've gone through. So don't tell me how I should be coaching my kid, or how I should go at my kid, or what I should be doing for my kid. Because everybody got a fucking opinion. But, and excuse my French, but
it's all good, bro.
It's a touchy subject for me, because my son is my world, man, and I would do anything to be able to be in a better position with him and him understanding like, my pop cool and shit. You know what I'm saying? And for me to be out here doing all these things and helping other kids and doing stuff for kids and speaking and all that, and he ain't like, but I ain't doing this for my own child. I'm teaching Joe Blow's son, who don't want to be in his son's life, about responsibility, believing in himself, words of affirmation, education and its importance, and why being a nerd is so freaking cool. But I'm not doing it for mine. My own DNA. Where they do that at? You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy that you say that, man. I remember my son. He called me. I think my children's mother showed me a clip of me speaking. I forgot where I was. He called me. He said, "Daddy." I said, "What's up, Bobby?" He said, "I want to come see you speak."
I would have melted.
It fucked me up.
Yeah, I would have melted, dog. I would have been no good. Like,
it fucked me up,
Yeah.
It fucked me up, you know what I mean? And crazy thing, he hasn't seen me speak yet because I want it to be the perfect time, and I want him to be able to and I think that's my.
Can I say something to you,
Yeah.
Bro? And I say this with love, respect. But there's no such thing as a perfect time.
Nah, ain't never gonna be that.
Right?
Yeah.
Because
Never.
Because we never